Welcome, welcome to Raw Foodies Day 3. And yeah, thank you very much. Let's start, pick up from the yesterday's thing, and then we will go forward quickly. First of all, I would like to say apology to Mr. Karthik Pandit that yesterday I was kind of little more aggressive. That's what my son said. So I'm sorry about that. But I want to make sure that anybody making a statement, please stick to the subject. Don't go off track. Other Because we have only 30 minutes to discuss. We want to discuss more about only subject. We can talk more about everything else as and when it is time permits. But we want to stick to this. And anybody wants to give a statement, be concise. A small statement, not the long statement. And question also has to be very small. Yesterday and day before, it was a kind of, we were in the sandbox. We were just we were just experimenting and doing. From today, I think it is going to be little bit more. We are going to out in the playground, not in a sandbox. And I would like to encourage everybody who are serious to learn and understand. Get the pen and pencil paper ready, and take notes if necessary. We are recording this, so you are going to have this recorded video all the time. But if you want to make any study based on any speaker says something and I say something, and you want to make a note. And then, so our today's subject is why raw food. So my take on this is very simple. I want to tell that is like we are part of the universe. That is what I consider. We are like any other animal, plant, fish, bird. We are also part of this universe. In this universe, the discussion is going to be little bit spiritual and scientific, but it is up to you how to take it. In this universe, everybody survives, based on three important things. Is like everybody needs pure water, everybody needs pure air, and everybody needs pure food. Now here we got screwed little bit than the other people, other animal and other plants and everything. Pure air we need it, and we work on it. Water also we are working in, we are taking very seriously. But when it comes to food, being a human, we become little more creative, and that creativity killed us. And killed us means, that creativity we are not getting. What is the definition of pure food? Now, if you see this in a scientific way, scientific is like in our Shastra also, and scientific is like a fractal science. It says whatever is out there, it is on the holistic way, and in a microscopic way, it is the same thing. So when you see the leaf has the same life as the whole jungle. Both the characteristics is almost same, but one is in a smaller scale, other is in a bigger scale. Our body is also same thing. Our cell and the whole body is almost everything is cell by cell. Our body is taking shape. So now when it comes to the universe and aligning ourselves with the universe, it is like this. If we are not aligned, we are not taking the pure air, pure water, and pure food, we are going to get kind of little unaligned. And when it is your one tire is unaligned, your whole car is is going to have a problem. So alignment with the nature is so important. Another scientist, mathematician, is a German. He gave his name is Benoit Mendelberg. He made this is like a fractal science. Fractal science is the same. Whatever is in a smaller scale is also you can see it in a larger scale. This is not a very old scientific theory. It is 1975. But the same theory we have in our Granth and our Hindu culture is a Shri Yantra. Shri Yantra also, the big triangle and the small and small and small and small, it goes to the infinity. And that is what exactly our life is also. So why I'm bringing this subject and why I'm talking this about a little bit of science, little bit of spiritual, but that is what exactly it is once you understand this, and as I again even Einstein said, once you understand the nature, you understand everything. So this nature, and if you align yourself with nature, and again hold these 21 days, I am going to talk about nature, because that is the everything that teaches me what is a pure food. Pure food is not made out of oil. Oil is not growing on the tree, or nature didn't, it is, oil is there in peanuts and in almond, but you don't have to consume in the form of oil. You can consume almond and you can have that oil. So my theory is that food and raw food is like based on this. Now coming to the basic pure food, the food is giving us energy. So whatever food gives you energy, that I consider as an pure energy. More the better the energy is, better for us. So if it is a good energy, I think from all other aspect, raw food gives us the best energy. You are, let's say you are charging your phone or putting gasoline in your car, you are not, your phone is not going to work if it is not the same voltage the phone is accepting. It is going to get burned, or your car is not going to run if it is the fuel is not is the right fuel. Same reason, if the food is a source of energy, if you don't put that material what is making the energy is right, this machine is going to get screwed up. And that is my whole idea about raw food. Raw food is the one giving the right energy, right, not only for the this external body but internal gut, and also for the mind. And so that is something very important. And that is some, I think now Dr. Shah is going to give you more information why raw food. Dr. Shah, floor is yours.
Thank you, Akshay. It's really surprising to see, and happily surprising that we synchronize really so well. And both of us evolved into the raw food on our own in a separate parts of the country, and still our philosophy comes out the same. So it's beautiful to see. And why raw? If I describe to you how I got into it and how I evolved into it, and I'm one who never really relies on anybody else to tell me what is right and what is wrong. And like I said yesterday, that Shravan, Manan, and Achran. The Manan, the brooding part, is where you utilizing your mind, the consciousness, and all those things before I can be convinced what is the right way to live life. And everybody should go through that. Nobody should just buy anybody's talks and beliefs and this and like that. So I want to show my evolution into the raw food itself. So there was a time when I started my practice, like in 80s, and then like any other doctor, accumulating wealth and building up your balance and your knee in the country and this and that. At about 15 years into it, a sudden conversion started happening. I got into spirituality. I read a slok in Vivek Chudamani, and the slok was beautiful slok. It says, "A king without a kingdom and a soldier without a shield is not a king and not a soldier. If you remove the kingdom from the king, remove the soldier and shields and everything, put them together, they look the same." So that made me realize that a doctor is not a doctor without the patients. So patients and doctor should be at the same level, no higher and no lower. So that's when I started. It used to be self-centric. Now it started becoming a patient-centric life, professional life that I was living. So I started realizing what the patients must be going through, having all these diseases and all that. What can I do to remove and get to the bottom of all these things? I mean, we always had medications available, prescribed statins and diabetic medications, insulins, and all those things we were doing already. But the question is, what else is there? The question was that whenever the representative would come to my office, first thing they would say, "Oh, if the diet and exercise fails, we have these medications available." But the first sentence, they speak it so fast that you hardly pay attention to it. And it's no brainer. Diet and exercise, if it is done right, I don't even need you, man. Why do you want to sell me silvastatin, all those things, simvastatin, atorvastatins to me, and making money and out of my patients, but we are not doing the right thing for them. So diet and exercise started hovering in my mind. But what diet? What kind of exercise? I had no idea. 4 hours in 2001 in August, Kruger National Park changed my life. And you would say, how and why? We were following, me and my son, my parents, we were doing the safari in Kruger National Park. Suddenly we saw a herd of lions, about 10, 12 lions. So one lion started running towards the warthog. Warthog was a tiny, pig-like animal. Poor thing was trying to save its life. The lion was running. Lion got tired, came back, could not catch it. The sun was shining at an angle. It was about 5 p.m. And suddenly I saw the lion's body was glowing like gold. And every single muscle was flickering as it walks. And then I looked at myself. I said, come on, what happened to me? Why can't I be handsome like a lion? What is so different by him and what we are coming from? So then I went into like my usual Manan pattern, and for hours and hours and hours. And finally I started realizing where the problem was. Because the lion has no choices. Lion has to be fit. If he's the day he cannot hunt, he dies. There are no grandchildren coming and say, okay, grandpa, here is a piece of meat from what I did. You can survive. No, nothing like that. He has to be able to hunt. And what is he going to do? Where is he going to? There is no supermarket to go and pick up a piece of meat. He has to be fit. He has to run after, catch, whatever it takes. 1 out of 10 attempts will become successful, but he has to be ready for it. So I ingrain in my mind that I have to exercise. If I lived in a jungle, what would I do? If I come out of my cave, say I have a pantry, I don't have a pantry. Do I have a fridge? No, I don't have a fridge. I look for food. Sometimes I have to walk 5, 6, 7 miles. And then do what? Then you come to a tree. There are some apples. They're up on the tree. Climb the tree, throw the stones, and then get a raw apple. What are you going to do with it? Complain? No, you eat. So I realized that the moment we created human society, the only difference we have done from that, because we all still need the food, we all still need the air, like Akshay said, we still need the water. Our needs haven't changed, but what has changed is the choices. When the society was created, they said, okay, carrots or carrot cakes, fine. We'll make carrot cake. What are you going to do? More choices? Make a mistake. We always, if you have 2 choices, you always make a wrong choice. So I realized that I should live a choiceless life. Krishnamurti, one of the most famous philosophers from South, he said that freedom to choose is a great freedom to have, because we were slaves of British, right? So we got the freedom, America got the freedom, but freedom from your choices is the ultimate freedom. Then you decide what you want to do in life. When you are not affected by carrot cakes or carrot, there are no choices. One choice, carrots. So I realized that we should live a life like a jungle. Not in the jungle, life like a jungle. I started exercising. The moment I wake up in the morning, I exercise. When you don't exercise, no food for you. In jungle, nobody will bring you food. So exercise started becoming part of my life. And then also after that, what do I eat? Fruits, leaves, roots, nuts, seeds. That would be my diet, right? So I started changing those things. So that was the evolution that came into right time. I started getting into the raw food. As we were driving, and I was still hovering all those things, suddenly we said, what about milk? Where would I get milk in the jungle? And suddenly we saw a herd of very nasty looking wild cows with the big horns. I said, there is no way I'm gonna milk that cow to get me the milk. That's when I realized that the society has created such an artificial, weirdly grotesque way of life that we all have succumbed to it. As if milk is a regular diet. Who says so? Try milking that cow. That will be your last day of your life. She will not let you milk. Her milk is only for her baby. Rhino's baby drinks rhino's milk. Cow's baby drinks cow's milk. Human babies drink human milk. It's simple as that. This simple physiological truth of nature, we have twisted it to the nth proportion, creating so many diseases and all that. So two things I learned that day, that you have to be fit and you have to be on a raw diet as much as possible. So I started doing that, and it started happening. And I started losing so much weight, and I started feeling really fit. So I started running. First 2-3 minutes, I would be getting out of breath. I said, no, we can't do that. I cannot give up. So 2-3 minutes, I'll run, then walk, then run again. I started running 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Then I decided I'll go for marathon. So I did about 6 marathons, and half with my son and my daughter-in-law and my friend and all that. So physically, I started getting fit, lean, mean, like that lion. And then I started eating raw food, because raw food is really the only thing that makes sense in the wild. Even if you have to catch something, even a tiny fish, try catching it with your bare hands. You can't do it. Milk is impossible. There is nobody's going to share the milk. There is no dairy industry bringing you cheese, let alone all the ice creams and all those things. All those things were totally acquired. And that is the reason we have acquired these diseases. So that's when I realized that this is the way to live life. And that's when I started explaining to my patients about the advantages of raw food diet. All my extra weight dropped off, and I became so much active, and I started having so much energy, and I added meditations and all those things on the I started waking up early in the morning for that, because my daytime was so busy. So I would wake up in the morning in early morning vibrations. When you say Brahma Muhurat, the meditation you're doing, you're literally connected with Brahma. Brahman is that's why they call Brahma Muhurat. So all these things started bringing a lot of positivities. So transformation took me a long time, over a period of years. But at this point, I'm talking about it because over so many years, this has really transformed my life. And the same thing will happen, because raw food is where all the nutrients are. You can see the difference between carrot and carrot cake. Krishna says, in Gita, Satvik Ahar, Satvik Vichar, and Satvik Acharan. 3 things if you do, I guarantee you 100 years of life. Krishna's guarantee, not my guarantee. Krishna. And why is he saying that? Do you know what is sattva? Sattva means purity. Like Akshay Bhai said, he stole my lines.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. An apple growing on a tree is sattvic. A kid, when he's so young, he's so innocent, he's sattvic. As he grows older, he picks up all the dirt from the society. Sattva is gone. An apple is sattvic. When I was running New York Marathon, the New York Roadrunner Club, they will send you regular emails. One of the emails literally synchronized with my thinking pattern at that time. They said, don't think that you're running a marathon. You are a marathoner. Your life should be like a marathoner. That was amazing. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Because thinking that eating the food, they said that eat the food without labels. Carrots have no labels. It is manufactured in nature's factory. Carrot cake is another story. It is made by X and X company, particular person did it. There is a human ego, human element into it. Corruption happened. Sattva is gone. So that's what really brought me to my attention. So I started realizing all the foods which have no labels are the best foods to eat, because there is nothing to hide. In carrot cake, there are tons of chemicals. There are so many preservatives. Whenever we don't like carrots, what do? We add sugar, salt, oil, whatever it takes. Apple is not acceptable to us, so we make apple pie. So we have gone into asattvic territory, and that's why we have diseases. When I was resident in 80s, we used to see diabetes at the age of 60s and 70s. As I started practicing, I started seeing in 40s and 50s. And then later on, one day, another Dr. Madhavi Shah, she called me. She said, Shrenik, how do I take care of diabetes? She was pediatrician. Now, 8, 9, 10-year-old children are becoming diabetic just from gross obesity and horrible diet. So this is the reason we need to go on a raw diet. And yes, it's not easy. But believe me, once you understand the concept, then it just makes sense. That's the only thing that will make sense. So that's how I started doing it. I started doing, and that's why Mahavir Swami says 21 days. That's what it takes. That's the reason Akshay Bhai selected 21 days. It's the magical number. Believe me, Mahavir said that if you keep doing something for 21 days, it will sink in. So first, I always, even I had some American patients also coming in asking me the same thing. They wanted to lose weight. Doc, I want to lose weight, but I will not give up meat and all that. I said, okay, do me a favor at least. One meal, you become whole food plant-based. He said, that I can do. I said, okay. After 3 weeks, you do second meal, the lunch. No problem. That guy lost 12 pounds in a month for doing nothing else. That alone changed him. And then little by little, he moved on.
Yeah, that 21 days is a magic number.
It's a magical number.
If you want to break any habit, or if you want to cultivate better habit, you need 21 days. That's the modern science is saying. And I just followed that. So, Dr. Shah, thank you very much. I think I want to keep the floor open to the people who want to have any question. If you have any question, please, a very short question, and let Dr. Shah address it.
I have one.
Yes.
Like you were saying, just start the raw food diet. I did it yesterday, and in the night I had a raw food. But my issue comes up whenever I have a salad. Like I had banana, I had carrot in the night, and I slept. I don't get sleep. That's the issue I get. If I am not eating wheat in the night or rice, I cannot sleep. The whole night I was keeping up awake and got a disturbance in that.
Let me give you one exercise. Let me give you one exercise, and everybody can do it with me. Just take your finger and put it together. Okay, and see which finger is coming down. Let's say the put it together, and let's say your left hand finger coming down, left finger. Okay, try to reverse it and make it right finger coming down. Just little change.
Is coming down.
Okay, whatever was you did naturally, then you try to do little change. Now you see there is your whole body is feeling some difference, discomfort. That little one finger change will give you discomfort, and that our mind is habitual. It's required only things what you are doing. So any change you make in the life, any change is going to give you little discomfort. You have to be ready for little discomfort for some better result. So that raw food what you got, let's say one night and disturbed because your body is not accepting right away. So in our my way of looking at it, in our gut there is a two kind of microbiome. One is a good and another is a bad, like a terrorist. There is a good people, there are a terrorist people also, right, in the world. In same way, in our gut also there is a terrorist microbiome. They will terrorize you. They will ask you, hey, so far Manu, you gave me sugar, you gave me oil, you gave me that, why you stopped it now overnight? They will not like it. They will revolt it, and they will ask you more and more what you gave before. So first you have to kill them. Those bad microbiome is going to terrorize you, that you have to overcome that. And then the good microbiome, which are accepting the carrot and the apple and the banana and whatever, all the raw food, they will be in majority. Right now they are in minority. So you have to make that, and it will not come overnight. It takes time. Microbiome comes right from your, the womb of your mother. So from there we evolve. It takes time. We screwed it up. Now we have to fix it. To fix it, we need time. Dr. Shah?
So, it takes 21 days to set it up for me.
Say it again.
Do you think it takes 21 days to set up the pattern?
21 days is just the beginning. Is this, let's say you want to become a PhD. This is just the first grade. 21 days is the first grade. Then you have to evolve. Then you have to go little more, and anybody can guide you. But the first thing is I am glad that you did it. There will be little discomfort. Yeah. Accept it, that discomfort. Mentally, you have to be ready. Any alcohol, addicted person.
I'm not alcoholic.
No, what I'm saying, when we ask them.
The manan part. which
Mother,
Mr.
the shell.
Yeah, which
So that is discomfort is going to be there. We can address it. I will give you more information one on one. But let
Okay.
the Dr. Shah say something.
What I would like to say that what happens is there is a calorie vacuum also by going on the raw food diet, because it
Mhm.
looks like quite occupied, but the calorie is not a calorie dense diet. So we need to pay attention to that. You want to start with something that is less calorie as it is compared to dinner, because a lot of people take a heavy dinners, and then you try to switch to the raw food, or like suddenly there is going to be a calorie vacuum. So you have to be careful about doing that, and then try not to change your day-to-day life too much. That's why I usually recommend with breakfast, because if in case, like if you have calorie requirement, you can catch up during the daytime versus nighttime. You have to wake up to, and then it disturbs your sleep. So I would recommend start with breakfast first for 3 weeks, and then change the lunch and all that. The another things is, like a lot of times I used to like have a craving for desserts or something sweet before I go to bed and all that. So nothing was working out because I didn't want to be staying away from. So medjool dates or something like that, that always satisfied me. And now I don't care at this point, but I'm just saying. So something sweet, but also at the same time it is raw. So
And
also, yeah, go ahead.
how do you align your mind? And that is my question.
Yes.
How do you align your mind? Because the trouble is with the mind,
Yeah.
we all crave for it and we make a good plan, but the mind starts juggling up. So I
Yeah,
would
that's
want
why.
you to address that part so that we can all be enlightened by it.
we have one episode only for the mindset, and we will address that in detail. But in general, what I think is like what Dr. Shah said: life is a marathon, it is not a sprint. That is what the slogan. When I run my Los Angeles marathon, there is a big banner. It says life is a marathon, is not a sprint. Now, if you want to achieve something in sprint, is not possible, the whole thing.
No, I'm just trying to.
What I'm trying to say is the mindset is something you can set it little by little by little, but you have to have long goal. So you don't expect result overnight. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and that is what something is reality. Nothing is going to happen overnight, not even 21 days. You have to have some kind of mentally preparedness that it's going to take time. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Shah.
So what I'm saying is that most of the times people jump from Shravan into Achran, but it's the Manan that's the most important thing. So that's why I explained to you, try to gather more information and continuously keep that raw food in the mind, all the positivities of it, and also continuously mind is churning. And the real strength of our life really arises not from the mind. Mind lives in dualities. He always likes and dislikes, does this and that. And so going above the mind, learning how to meditation, of course, is another a very beautiful thing, but that is another subject altogether. But to stay persistent is to understand the concept and then see how it goes,
Yes, Manu, what is your question? You raised the hand.
It was
It's me.
Priyanka. It is Priyanka.
Yeah, I want
Okay.
to ask Dr. Shah, how can mind and energy track each other? Because once you visualize, you accept it. So if your body is talking a different language, your mind is talking a different language, but if you start training by visual clues, would that help, or that wouldn't help? And if you can give us more depth into it, that would be helpful.
It will take long, but it's a beautiful question and very practical. And I have gone through, like I said, 20 some years I've been into spirituality. What we believe the mind is something that absorbs the impulses from the society. And we have 5 sense organs. So you put them as like 5 horses. And then we have 5 organs of action: arms, legs, speech, and the 2 horns, right? And the mind is the charioteer. When mind is influenced by the external situations, it's going to go in the wrong direction. So it's almost like you're driving a chariot and one horse happens to like apple pie, it's going to take you in that direction, and along with the apple pie will come other things, and just then the whole chariot goes down the train. So main thing is to remain in the center line. So Buddha's the path is in the middle path. So to stay in the middle, because mind is divided. Mind, one part of the mind wants to do the right thing, another part of the mind wants to do the wrong thing. And it's the same energy. It's your mind. And both the parts of the mind, so-called, are yours. Just like right hand is mine, left hand is also mine. And if you make them fight, who's gonna win? Nobody. You are the loser. So the only way to do is rise above the mind. And we learn how to observe this self-cross extinguishing energy, which is just crossing each other. We are wasting energy on the right side, we are wasting energy on the left side, and meanwhile we are not reaching anywhere. Nothing gets done in life. And that's why you need to be able to rise above the mind. For that, it's meditation. Meditation is to be aware that your mind, even though, and that is the whole purpose I got into spirituality, was because my patients would come to me and say, Doc, we understand what you're saying. We know what to do, but we can't do it. And this is the reason. And then again, it's a lot. I came across the beautiful in the second chapter of Gita, 62 and 63, I call axis of evil. Dhyato vishyam punsa sangateshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodh abhijayate sangat krodh bhavati sammoha sammoha smriti pranashat buddhi nasha pranashyati. In short, your mind gets attracted to objects of pleasure even for a second. Then it wants to go with that. It tries to run a tango with it. Then the object of pleasure takes hold of your mind. And your buddhi is not intelligence. Buddhi is the intellect. Vivek buddhi, the ability to discriminate right from wrong, is gone. You stop listening to your parents, stop listening to your husband, wife, whatever. Stop listening to your doctor, to that matter. You keep doing because you just like that Haagen-Dazs. You just like that apple pie. You don't care. And then buddhi nasha pranashyati, that's when you meet the destruction. So these two slokas alone showed me the power of spirituality, to how to run a beautiful life in where we can all run in a straight path. This is the way it was supposed to be. There is so much wisdom in our spiritualities, a lot of our scriptures, but nobody has time for it because we are running after Coke and Haagen-Dazs, all those things. And newer attractions keep on coming. Where are you? Where do you stay? Who are you? That's what you have to know yourself. That's what I told my patients. I said, you make a wrong choice. And tomorrow we're going to talk about cravings and all that. I think that would be a better way, a better time to talk about.
Yeah, cravings is the big thing.
On this, Priyanka, is mind is a monkey. And you have to tame it. And it is not that easy. Now, there is a way to do it. And you don't have to have a PhD on anything. You can do it easily. Once you decide you want to do it, you need some tools to work on anything. Let's say right now I want to do this seminar and I need the computer. That without tools you cannot do it. But once you understand, there is all the tools are available. The most important tool for to tame the mind is the food we are taking. With the food, everything, brain is going to function better. Your body is going to become more alkaline than acidic, and those things is going to give you the path. This is just a path for the right direction. It doesn't mean you are going to go to the right direction. As I said again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to start and you have to keep going on same direction and for the long run. So raw food gives you that to tame the monkey and give you little more upper edge to control your mind.
And Manan is not thinking. Don't get me wrong. Manan is contemplation. Contemplation is where you have all the facts in front of you. Collect all the facts, not just like listening to me or Axay or anything like that. Get all the possible information about the raw food diet, the advantages. Fill up your mind and then do contemplation on it. So Manan is a very deep word. Don't take it lightly. Just, okay, I heard it, I'm going to think about it. No, not think about it. Thinking is while you're watching or you're driving. No, not just that. gather all the information first from everywhere, any nook and corner. Do that, and then the contemplation is the manan.
That's right. Question everything. Don't take it for at par me or Dr. Shah or anybody else.
Yeah, be me. I question everything. Even now, I don't have anything just like that. So that's when to awaken your consciousness. Consciousness is your soul, which rises, which is already above your mind. Utilize that, but we don't even know what it is. That's what it is. So,
Any
The
other
pre-
question from any? Yeah, go ahead.
The preconceived emotion that is attached to it, how do you detangle with that?
yeah, well, by providing the proper facts. Like
So the fact, how we define the facts.
simple. Like I used to have like Häagen-Dazs, right? And I just read up one day, so there is a 25 grams of fat in one chocolate bar. That you're supposed to have a whole day requirement was 25 grams of fat. I said, how can I do that? So extend yourself in all the direction. Make this a priority. Your health, not just physical, mental, everything, and spiritual health, a priority. Like Akshay Bhai said, on the first day, accept it that you want to make a change. And then you release your energy. That's the dynamic, positive acceptance of the moment. That at this particular moment, where do I stand? I am the victim of my desires. I am this, I am that, I am overweight, I am this, whatever. But this is the reality. Do not reject it. And then you release the inner consciousness. They release the energy that, okay, I want to do something about it. Okay, I will keep listening to Dr. Shah or Shibai and all that, but I will also search the internet, all the positive, whatever it takes. I will compare the nutrition that, okay, if there is a tiny, if in your stomach, if you put a tiny amount of oil, that's 900 calories, and fill the half of that with the pasta, for example, and fill the whole with the fruits and veggies, it takes so it's more fullness you will get with the same calories.
The
Versus-
society has taught us. The society has taught us to read the labels.
Yeah.
And
Don't
Read the labels to your
read the
advantage.
labels. Go understand the nutrition.
that is
So,
the
I
thing.
just want to understand from here. You a minute ago you told us don't read the labels.
Yes.
Society
Don't read
teaches
the
us.
label.
So
Don't
how do we understand what is
I
right
didn't say
and
don't
wrong?
read the labels. Eat the food without labels.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what.
There are no
But
labels.
understanding the nutrient, you have to read the facts.
Not in the carrots.
Everything you buy, there is a label attached
No,
to it.
no.
There
not
is
in the carrots.
there is
Check it out.
everything.
Check it out. Apples have no.
We are not farming. We are not growing anything.
It's available.
I know it is available,
So
but
let's say
What's
how
wrong
would
with
you
that?
address that part of it?
What part?
I
Because
think- Karthik
when I
Patel-
read, I like to keep the life very simple. That's why I don't get into the nutritional labels. But if you want to, but only after you got educated enough about the raw food diet, that's when you will realize that all these labels are meaningless. Because on the contrary, it tells you how bad they are with all these preservatives and all those things. So don't worry about it. That's why the whole purpose of raw foods come without labels.
and I my take on
When they
this
just
is,
label it, means the ingredients which are inside that, and that's the thing.
let
We are
me
saying labels. When we are buying banana, it does not show ingredients. They have price
So you don't
tags.
need to.
So that's
That's the whole thing.
I feel.
Yeah, if you live in a jungle,
Label
believe me,
means they are addressing it
you'll be
with price
caring
tag.
about just your hunger and food, and simple as that. And what
so my take on this is the food mafia's strategy. In hypnosis, what is hypnosis is overload of information. When you are overloaded with information, you are going to do the same thing what they want. Now this food mafia is overloading you with this all the labels and these and that and everything. You are confused. Humans are confused what to eat. My new turtle know what to eat. The new calf knows what to eat. Fish knows, bird knows, everybody knows what to eat. We human, we are screwed up. We screwed up out so badly that we have to read the label. What kind of intelligence is this? We are superhuman. And now we have to depend upon the labels. That's the irony. That's the problem. Get away from that. This is what they are. The advertisement, the big corporation teaching you to read the label. They are giving you the poison. They are telling you read the poison. and then we are following it. We don't want to fall into that trap. That is my goal. That is what I'm trying to do. We want to bring all those people out, think independently, don't fall into that trap. This is the trap, made by this big corporation. We will talk that later on. And I'm sorry,
Let me tell you,
yesterday Manu said, don't say the food mafia and don't say the drug mafia. I'm going to say that because I feel that. Because that is the where the problem. They are the part of the problem. They cannot be part of the solution. So I'm not going to give any name for any corporation, but they are in it, collectively they are doing that. That's how we got into this bad shape. Because of what? Why we are in bad shape? If we are so intelligent human, why we got in the bad shape and all the other animals are in good shape? Even though we have all the doctors, scientists, hospital, everything else, exercise, the gym, and still we are facing this kind of lifestyle. The hospitals are full and everybody is facing the problem, one disease or another, hypertension, blood pressure, diabetes, cancers, all those stuff. Why? Sorry
all
about
these nutritional labels are all created by the collusion between the corporations, food business, and the government and all that. And there are political soft money flowing all the way around. You will never see the correct information from them. You will never get it. And on the contrary, you will get wrong information. And that is the whole purpose. Whole world is drinking milk. Now think about it. If I lived in a jungle, where would I be drinking milk? It's common sense. Everybody drinks their own mother's milk only for 6 months, maybe a year the most, and then you give up. The cow's baby also doesn't do that. And we are still doing somebody else's mother for the rest of your life. That's the biggest mesmerization of the society done by the corporations. And we still keep on going for it.
The bottom line is, don't try to get the better label. Try to get the thing without label. Forget about how to read the label. Forget it. They are throwing you in that direction. Don't go there. What Dr. Shah says, that's correct. Try to take the food which is in pure form, without label, given by Mother Nature.
And
Today I will go and investigate my kitchen and find out which fruits or vegetables or nuts doesn't come with the label. And I will make sure that I will segregate that. That is what I'm going to take away from today's discussion.
Good. So anything that is with labels, just throw it away first time.
I think today we got
even nuts. You eat raw nuts, not roasted nuts, not salted nuts, nothing like that. Not hydrogenated oils, nothing. Just raw.
We don't get it here. We don't get it here.
No, we don't raw nuts. This is
all packaged. When you bring it from the store, you have the packaging.
Is one thing, but it is not salted. It is not fried. It is not roasted. It is not nothing.
My question is not that. My question is, we are all taught to take everything which is labeled.
So one thing, the best thing is whatever you taught, that again, I am telling you, this is the corporation is all doing this, whether it's in university, school, anywhere, everywhere, their influence is there. Slowly, we are going to discuss that. This is not the today.
You get stomach indigestion if you just do the expiration part. So please, whatever is in your fridge, please make sure it's all stays in the it's not expired. You trash that. All those stuff we are taught, right? We don't learn it. We are taught that way. When we come to the development,
you are for revolution. The revolution is going to happen.
I think we are going over time. So we want to conclude today. Dr. Shah is coming tomorrow. There are so many topics, and as I said, we don't want to digress from our main topic. So it is today. Okay, why raw food? We got some answer. Then we are going to discuss. Karthik Pandit also have the same question. What Priyanka you have? We have Karthik Pandit as a speaker on the 10th day. So we are going to discuss this more. But stay on the topic.
Definitely, I feel raw food, if it is fresh, very fresh, then you want to eat. But if it is not fresh, you wouldn't eat. So my takeaway is always, if it is not fresh, you wouldn't want to eat. But
nobody.
Nobody would want to eat.
Of course, and we will discuss this in length. As I said, this is we are right now in the beginning stage. Let's first accept. Right now, today we got out of the sandbox. We did made some very meaningful discussion. Dr. Shah gave us a very important information. We will continue tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for
Thank
everything.
you.
So
And
this was mainly just to understand it as a concept. So let it start sinking in you. And we have been doing it with the positivity. That's why we are here to share our experiences. So take it in a positive way. A lot of questions will arise, no question about it. But this was the first step we took, that why should it be raw? And then we'll explore further. We have many more days to deal with.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
You
you.
very much.
Okay.
Have a wonderful
Okay.
day.
Thank you.
Thank